Hey guys, Jacqueline Fernandez here at the Alert Center. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. So where are you going for Memorial Day? This is kind of what we want to know, okay? Because there is a nationwide likeliness that the travel day forecast will exceed the previous record set back in 2005 with 44 million people. We're getting ready for over 45 million people to be on our nation's roadways and skyways. And here to discuss this in some more detail is Brian Ortner with AAA. He is joining us now.
Hello.
Brian, how are you?
I'm good. I'm glad it's Friday. We're getting closer to the unofficial start of summer, which is the fun of Memorial Day. And I don't know, I think we're all ready for it. I
Yes.
really do.
Yes, we are. And hopefully the weather will be nice for everyone's extended travel plans if they are most likely traveling. I think you wrote down 50 miles or more, right? Nebraska and Iowa
Yeah.
areas at least.
Yeah, absolutely. AAA every year produces, a Memorial Day and other holiday forecast, and this year is no different. With the prediction being on a national level, as you mentioned, over 45 million folks traveling 50 miles or more this upcoming Memorial Day holiday. That's either by plane or by car. But as you said, it sets a record over 2005 on the national level. Here in Nebraska and Iowa, we're seeing larger numbers than last year, which is great. We're not quite near the record on total number of travelers yet for our area, but there's a lot of people planning to hit the road for this holiday.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it certainly seems that way. And what's the deal with gas prices, though? How is that looking in the Nebraska-Iowa region for Memorial Day? I'm going to kind of take a look at the website as well as we discuss this, but please go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. If we look at the where we were last year on Memorial Day and where we are this time, last year across the nation we were 3.59 per gallon on the national level. Here in Nebraska we were at 3.32. In Iowa we are about 3.28 or so. And if we look at fuel prices as they sit today, we're hovering right around $3 per gallon on average across the state of Nebraska, and about 2.96 for the state of Iowa on an average across the state, which is good, lower than last year. But we are in those summer months right now. We're picking up where baseball season's picking up, soccer season's picking up, trips are picking up. That means demand is going up. So as demand picks up, we traditionally see a small jump in prices at the pump. Thankfully, they've stayed lower this year because of market prices, which is great. Crude oil makes up about 65% of the cost of a gallon of fuel, and they're trading on the markets right now today at about $62 per barrel. Put that in perspective, where we were this time last year, we were at $85 per barrel or more. So significant savings there at the gas pump, which is great for consumers.
Yeah, it's also great we don't live in California. I'll just say that. That being
Yes.
said, what about these tariffs, right? Are we going to be impacted with these tariffs anytime soon as far as prices at the pump?
It's too early to tell of
Sure.
what impact that may have. So not really knowing the answer to that, I don't know
Right.
how to say either way. So, but we have to watch them. I think that's the thing we should all be familiar with as this process continues, is continue to watch and see where the effects happen.
Sure. And then, I mean, despite all this global uncertainty, right? I mean, just these prices, the economic challenges, et cetera, Americans are still traveling, and the numbers clearly show that. Can you expand on that for us, Brian?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's weird to say that we're 5 years post COVID. That seems like forever ago, but it seems like yesterday, which is, in its own right, is kind of crazy. But the one thing COVID did, it made travel a priority for Americans and their families. The realization was, we can't wait to do the right things, to make those memories, to be with the ones we love, and that trend has continued as we've exited out of COVID year over year. We're seeing that with the numbers continuing to grow every year for those who are traveling at any time throughout the year.
Wonderful. And then, okay, we're talking about car travel, Nebraska and Iowans. We've got that 50-mile gauge on the radar here. Anything we should know specifically about air travel as we, kind of head over to Ethley Airfield? What should we be thinking?
Well, the best advice, as always, is to build in extra time for yourself. Getting to the airport with more travelers traveling this year than we saw last year, Airports are going to be busy, whether from your departure city or your arrival city. So build in that extra time if you can. If you're not traveling for Memorial Day, you're looking to travel later in the summer, start looking at the options now for flights. If you're looking to travel later in the summer, book a flight now. It gives you flexibility on itineraries, and it gives you the comfort of knowing you got a good price right now. And if the price does change in your favor, you have the opportunity to change it as you get closer to your trip. But time is the biggest one. Arrive early at the airports if you can. Then you can save yourself some money too. Pack some snacks in your carry-on bags. You can't take beverages onto a plane, but you
Right.
can take snacks, and packing snacks ahead of time. If your stomach starts grumbling on the plane, it's right there ready to go for you. So
Yeah.
planning, preparation, and patience are probably the three things to focus on when traveling for the holiday.
Yeah, I love it. Some great tips there. Brian, thank you so much for your time here at the Alert Center as always, and
You
enjoy
bet.
Memorial Day if we don't see you before then.
You do the same. Thanks so much, and look forward to talking again very, very soon.
All right, sounds good, my friend. Thank you. Have a
All
good
right,
day.
take care. You too. Bye.
Bye. So that was Brian Ortner with AAA. We were just discussing Memorial Day plans. Are you driving? Are you flying? Are you staying put like me? Well, just be prepared with whatever plans you have in store. Do want to discuss the weather, and this is kind of a cool shot from our Blackstone camera. Let's head out there. Just look at these clouds on the horizon. Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord says today, did you see a spotty shower before 10 o'clock this morning? I maybe felt a little bit. He anticipated about a 20% chance of spotty showers before 10. And he says then again after 3 p.m. So we'll have to stay tuned for that one. He says increasing clouds too and very windy conditions out there. If you look closely, you can see the camera moving around a little bit and maybe even the cloud cover moving too. A high of 72 today, just beautiful. Tonight, partly cloudy and windy, a low of 47. Brr. We're not used to that right now. What's going on? Who knows? All right, heading to our Northeast First National camera now. A look at wow, the baseball field, CWS right around the corner. Saturday, decreasing clouds and wind, a high of 71. And then as we head into Sunday, here's a better view of the wind for you at 90th and Dodge. Traffic flowing smoothly and clearly that wind taking a toll here on the American flag, but not that bad yet. We've seen that flag stand straight out in this shot before, so I'm going to say not bad. Sunday, increasing clouds and wind out there, a high of 76, and then we do have a 60% chance of storms after 10 p.m. Also, do want to take you to our website, that is firstalert6.com. Let me refresh that grid while we head over there. This is where our digital department is working to get the latest stories for you up on our website. Now you'll notice we do have an alert right here in the teal for a First Alert 6 weather day of multiple rounds of storms possible on Monday, So this is what we're anticipating at this point. I will leave this as a web extra for you if you'd like to kind of delve into what we have in store for us on Monday, And of course, our meteorologists are working on the latest for you to bring you the most up-to-date forecast possible. In the meantime, just want to say thank you so much for joining us here at the Alert Center, and we hope to see you for our broadcast at 3 o'clock with our Dave Zavolinsky. Until then, have a good day.